What's up, everyone? So, we are 3 days out. We're in the middle of the peak week, and I realized some people may not exactly know what peak week is, so I thought I'd give just a very brief explanation as to what it is. So, peak week is about the last 5 to 7 days leading up to a physique or bodybuilding show where you basically manipulate your diet that you've been doing for the last 12, 15, 20 weeks so that you can come in looking your best on show day, which is typically on Saturday. Now, there are numerous approaches to peak week. There's not one way to peak, but the main goal of peak week is obviously to look your best, but manipulating carbohydrates is usually the biggest factor, because carbohydrates are what make the muscles appear bigger, they appear fuller. It pushes the muscle up against the skin, makes you more vascular, all that. So like I said, there's numerous approaches to it, and you just have to figure out what really works for you. As far as what I like to do is, my body responds really well to carbs and responds really fast. So I take an approach to where I load carbs towards the end of the week, typically Thursday or Friday. Some people, they need to load carbs earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then kind of taper down. It just depends on the person. But main goal is to just fill the muscles up with water, and hopefully not spill over. You want to look really full and tight on stage. Now, people will manipulate, their fats as well. I like to do that a little bit because I feel like I get more vascularity if I add a little bit more fat. But you don't want to have too much of a caloric overload and then actually put on body fat. But, experimenting with peak week, I've learned that if you just keep the variables to a minimum, then you're going to usually come in looking your best. You just want to manipulate the least amount that you possibly can and come in looking good. Some people will cut sodium, they'll cut water. They don't realize that they need sodium to push the carbs and push the water into the muscle. That your muscle is 75 to 80% water, and that you need water into your muscle to make it look full. That water and carbs are what bond together to fill the muscle out. It varies from person to person. It depends on a lot of different factors as to what you've done leading up to your peak week. But it's basically just a week to really just rest your body up. You don't want to train too heavy because you don't want to feel tired on stage. You don't want to be sore. But that's just basically the gist of it. Peak week will make you look 5% better or 80% worse. So you want to keep things as constant as you possibly can without manipulating too much. You don't want to sacrifice 80% to look 5% better. Just come in, be ready the week before the show, and then just manipulate a little thing here or there, and you'll be ready to rock and roll come Saturday. But thank y'all for watching, and I hope I made a little bit of sense.